So 30,000, listen, if you want to write $30,000 a week, you're going to lock yourself in a room for that week, right? You're not going to the beach. You're not going to go to a wedding. You're not driving anyone to the airport. Somebody's got to watch the kids, like whatever it is, like you have to focus if you're going for that number and whatever it is. And you got to remember, like what I see a lot of people do is they're like, man, they don't want to sacrifice 1 week because they think that means they need to sacrifice the rest of their life. And the reason why we do sacrifice is so we don't have to sacrifice the rest of our lives.
Yes. What is up and welcome to, as attendees are flying in, David, welcome to How to Sell $30,000 in one single week over the phone. This cat knows agents that have done this several times. Dude, no pressure, David, but we have literally, we have close to 1,000 people registered simply to jump on and learn from you tonight, bro.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad the people came and I'm really hoping that they leave with some value and really change the way they sell insurance, especially those guys spending all that gas driving around all day long.
There you go. That's right. I love it, man. I love it. What's up, Justin? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Michael? What's up, Joe? Okay, help me out, guys. As you are jumping in, okay, we have 134 and counting. It's going to keep flying up. Okay, we have close to 1,000 registered, which is unbelievable. Please throw in chat where you are watching from. Help David and I out. Okay, New Mexico, Indiana. You guys know I love to do this. I like to know where you're watching from. Arkansas, Texas, Virginia, Illinois, California. Can you read that fast, David? Kansas, Mississippi, Florida, Texas, West Virginia, Texas, Mississippi, Indiana, Ohio. Dude, I lost count.
You're definitely better than me. You're definitely faster than me. Idaho, New Orleans, Jacksonville, Kentucky, Maryland, Kansas, North Carolina, Little Rock, Vegas, Baton Rouge, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina,
Canada,
Utah, Knoxville, Florida, California, everywhere.
I just saw 3 Canada too. That's awesome. LA. I hope LA's coming to our 8% Roadshow next Friday in LA. Okay, dude, this has been, appreciate you guys being on. Thank you for jumping in chat. Thanks for being active. Okay, make sure you are active tonight. I can tell you this. This dude in front of me is a special human being. He is the fastest, I'm telling you, he's the fastest millionaire we've seen in your life. He's one of the fastest millionaires in the history of insurance. He did it in under 3 years. The dude's a legend. He is an absolute power player in the space. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-host and head trainer for the evening, Mr. David Price.
How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing amazing. Thank you, Cody, man. I appreciate doing this with you. When you asked me to do this, I was fired up. Always good to jump on a Zoom with you and provide some value to some people.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's going to be good. I'm excited. I appreciate you being on. Why this topic, buddy? Like why, and also too, before I do go, for those that are jumping in, we're going to go about probably 30 minutes with some Q&A. We're not going to keep you too long tonight, but we're going to keep this very impactful. Why this topic, David? Like when we were talking about doing this, man, you're like, I can teach anybody. If they'll follow the system, bro, I can teach anybody to write a bunch of money each week over the phone. So why this topic for you? I know this was.
So the biggest thing with this, so I was a field agency, right? We were 100% in the field. We were aggressive, door knocking with direct mail leads, right? You know, the bread and butter of the industry, and COVID happened. And I never thought people could be successful on the phone. I thought you had to go to people's houses. That's how you're going to make money. And when COVID happened, I knew people were going to be scared for us to come to their house. And I called all my field agents up. I said, hey, listen, guess what? You're not allowed on the field anymore. It's time to learn the phone. And that's before the lockdowns. That's before everything changed. The month of April, I think that was like the first full month of COVID. We actually wrote more business that month, 100% on the phone than we ever done at that time. And it just opened up my eyes. So we doubled down on the telesales, just got really, really good at it. And now teaching other people how to do the same.
Yeah. Cool, man.
It's an easier life. I was a door knocker, 9 o'clock first door till get home 10 o'clock at night, tired. So it just gives you a better lifestyle, right? We get our insurance license for freedom. We want to have that lifestyle. We want to be able to work wherever we want to work and do what we want. And learning to work the phone gives you that freedom that we all signed up for.
Yes, yes, that's right, man. I mean, that's really what we all want, like you're saying, dude. Like you think about it. We signed up for this business, and you guys in chat, man, correct me if I'm wrong, man. We signed up for this thing for financial freedom, time freedom, the ability to earn an income. We got a couple hundred people jumping in already that want to learn this thing, man. Like Charles is like, make David show you his Iron Man helmet, dude. You got it. He's got a whole bunch of Avenger stuff behind him, bro. Like, I love it, man. Becky says we can barely hear Cody. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine. Let me turn my volume up, see if it helps you.
Testing. Help me in chat. Alex can hear you. Okay, cool. I've got it turned up pretty loud. However, you never know. Every computer's different, right? So Becky, thanks for the heads up. I'll do my best to make it louder. And you guys know I can get loud, right? I can get really loud. Some of you are like, okay, I get it now. We can hear you. Okay.
There you go.
David, what can they expect to learn tonight, buddy? I know you got a whole training plan, some whole details, man. What can they expect to learn?
I mean, the biggest thing, we talk about the number 30,000 in a week, and it's definitely doable, right? And
Yes.
for a lot of people, it might be out of reach for them. And what I really want to talk about is the habits, what you should focus on, the mindset, just the things that are going to get you to whatever it is that your goal is, whatever you want to write on the business. Give you some real life examples, because I like to give you the real stuff. And you just, if you follow these simple things, a lot of times, and I think there's a lot of people that might be here looking for like that magic one thing. And it's not going to be a magic one thing. It's going to be a bunch of small little things that seem like they don't matter by themselves. But when you put them all together and you do it consistently over time, again, you'll be able to write as much business as you need to write to pay your bills, save some money, and travel the world. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. So what's this thing look like? Like if they wanted to really start to take some notes and dive in and write $30,000 in a week. I know you've got some stories to share and some ideas, man. Like what can they go implement immediately to do this?
I mean, the first thing is mindset. That's where everything starts, right? If you're watching this, you're like $30,000 a week, it's impossible. There's no way I could do it. And that's how you're starting it. Then no, you're absolutely right. There's no chance for you to do it.
It is impossible. And please leave our webinar. We only want we want big thinkers. If you're like, bro, it can't happen, please exit. There's a button at the bottom right called leave. Okay. Mine says end. I don't want to touch that because then nobody gets anything they wanted.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So you have to believe it, and if 30,000 is not going to be your number, we'll give you a different target. But whatever that target is, whatever that is, like you have to believe it. Pretend you believe it until you see it. Whatever you got to do, like you can't go in there and just say this isn't going to work, but I'll try it anyway.
Yes. I love it. Yeah, I'll add to the mindset piece too, man. Like I can tell you this. Okay? You guys are not going to believe this. You're going to think I'm nuts. You already do, so who cares, right? I can tell you this. Based on what David is saying, if you commit to like by show of hands, put yes in chat because we can't see you, so show of hands doesn't work. Put yes in chat if you would like to write just $5,000 a week, right? $250K a year. A lot of you are not writing $5,000 a week. Okay, so we've got hundreds of people that are like, bro, 1,000% me, Keelion, Joel, Daniel, David, Vanessa, Brenda, Roland, I guess Deanna, I see you, okay? 1,000, dude, I want 1,000. I want 5,000 a week. Okay, I can tell you this. You commit to 5,000, as David is saying. You say, I can and will hit 5,000 a week. You write it down every single day. I do $5,000 in sales every single week, right? Whatever. Okay. It could be 20K a week, like Heather's saying. It doesn't matter. You determine it hard enough, and then you apply some of the systems and processes that David's going to talk about with leads and other stuff. I'm telling you, you commit and want something bad enough, you will absolutely achieve it. 8%, July. David's going to be speaking main stage in front of 2,000. We are literally, we're only, I guess I can say it. We're only a couple hundred tickets away from getting over 2,000 to this year's event. We've got 51 days. Dude, I've been manifesting, if that's what you want to call that, from someone in the comments earlier, and pushing and promoting and saying it in my brain that we will do that. We will get there for 4 years. Every day You want something bad enough, you can achieve it, right? So I'll throw it back to David, man, but I'm telling you guys, you have to do this.
So that's great, right? So again, whatever the goal is, 5,000, 30,000, and it's, you want to stretch for it, right? It has to be something you haven't done before, right? We need to stretch, because once you do it once, you know you can do it again, and we're going to get into the story next. The next thing is focus, right? So let's just say I've never written 5,000 a week, never written 30,000 a week, never written 20,000 a week, whatever that number is, I've never done it. Mm-hmm. If we want to gain something, we need to give some stuff up.
Yeah.
Right. So 30,000, listen, if you want to write $30,000 a week, you're going to lock yourself in a room for that week. Right. You're not going to the beach. You're not going to go to a wedding. You're not driving anyone to the airport. Somebody's got to watch the kids, like whatever it is, like you have to focus if you're going for that number and whatever it is. And you got to remember, like, what I see a lot of people do is they're like, man, they don't want to sacrifice 1 week because they think that means they need to sacrifice the rest of their life. And the reason why we do sacrifice is so we don't have to sacrifice the rest of our lives.
Yes. That's exactly right.
So, once you have that goal and you believe, right, you got to clear that schedule. And again, even if it's 5,000, let's say you've never written $5,000 in a week, and that's your goal. That's where you're trying to reach. Well, that's it. Like that week, you need to be focused on that and nothing else. You need to outsource the rest of your life. You need to stay away from distractions. You need to sit down and talk to whoever your support network is. If you're a spouse, a mother, whatever it is, you need to sit down and talk to them and let them know, like, hey, listen, I got to accomplish this. Because this is the thing. Once you write 5,000, 10,000, 30,000, you can do it. You can turn it on and off. Because you could do it. It's been done. So that's real big. And I want to get into a story too, right? So one of my agents, Bianca, she saw a YouTube video of a record where somebody wrote 27,000 it was. Yeah, 27,800 in a week. And she comes to me and she says, David, I want to break that record. And I was like, okay. Well, let's do it. At that time, I don't think she's ever written more than 15,000 a week, right? So obviously breaking 27,800, that's a huge record to break. And at that time, again, we're newly on the phone. We're working direct mail leads on the phone, which people say you can't do. And I did the calculation. I was like, okay, this is how many leads you're going to need, and you need to go to work. She's a single mom, 2 babies. She talked to her mom. She sat everyone down. Long story short, Memorial Day week, right? People think you can't write business Memorial Day week. She writes 28,900, right? Just shy of that 30,000. And we had a contest later on that year. And the week between Christmas and New Year's, she went for it again. And she wrote 30,400. The week between Christmas and New Year's, when no one can write business.
That's the craziest piece. You're not supposed to be able to have big weeks between Christmas and New Year's. Like, nobody buys insurance then. Nobody sells it. Or maybe we're wrong.
It was, and it just shows no excuses, and again, she was able to do it that week because she did it before. She knows she could do it. But again, back to, so focus. You got to hold yourself accountable, talk to your support network, whatever it is. And again, this is for even a brand new agent just getting started. This is going to be hard. There's going to be some learning. So you need to focus. You need to focus on what you're doing. Activity is the most important part of it. All these other things, the mindset, the focus, talking to everyone, that's setting you up so you can get the activity. And you need to realize, like, that's what you're doing. So many people, they come from a 40-hour work week at a job, and then they try to sell on the phone from their house. And all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I made a couple of calls and I didn't really get anyone. I'm like, well, how many calls you make? Well, I made 10 calls. I was like, so you dialed the phone 10 times? Yes. And no one answered all 10 times. No. Okay, what did you do the other 20 hours of the day? It doesn't take a long time to dial the phone 10 times. So you have to get the proper activity in. And you have to know, like, from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock, you're basically down on that phone, especially if you're trying to break some records or do something you didn't do.
Yes, yes. That's right. You got to put it in, man.
So the leads are going to be the biggest part. You have to have people to talk to. And if you look at an agency level and you look down at what I call as PPL, production per lead. So when Bianca told me she wanted to break the record, I was like, okay, well, I know you're going to get $150 production per lead. So you need 200 leads.
Okay, so let's stop and walk through that real quick for those that don't understand that, because that's actually a really cool piece. He's given you an extremely valuable tactic and tip right there from how they break down the analytics of leads and lead costs and return and how much premium. So talk to them. Maybe they're new and they don't understand what production or premium per lead is. Thank you. Like, what does that mean?
Absolutely. So every lead that you get has a value, and that's how much production you can get per lead. So an agent by themselves, that's pretty good. You know, it'd be $300, $400 per lead. But, you know, when we're looking at doing something epic, like writing 30,000 in a week, well, now we're going to start looking at like an agency level, because as we get the larger numbers, the production per lead is going to come down. So for an agency, you're looking at usually $100 to $150. You know, so I like to use $150 per lead for something like that. So, which means if we want to do $30,000 in production, and we know each lead is going to give us $150 in production per lead, we take 30,000 divided by 150, and that gives us 200. So I know if an agent goes through and properly works those 200 leads, they're going to get $30,000 in production. And that's what the backbone, that's what everything was based off of. I knew that Bianca, for example, was going to work every single lead. And I knew she was going to get at least $150 production per lead. And sure enough, it was like a $148.50 per lead or something it ended up being.
Yes. Okay, so you think about that. Okay, so you guys are like, bro, 30,000, right? I want to do it. Well, but are you willing to buy 200 leads? Now, are these old leads? Are they new leads? Are they cheap leads? Are they expensive leads? Like, what's that look like?
So the first time it was direct mail leads. So it was all brand new direct mail. So it's 200 direct mail leads.
Brand new direct. I mean, I guess you're selling over the phone though. So, you're not trying to get in a county, right? So that works.
Yeah. I mean, and with that too, right? So the number is so on because, of course, some direct mail doesn't have phone numbers on it. But it's the number still worked out. The second time it was done with TV leads. So it was obviously a little bit easier.
So what's that look like? So someone just asked, hey, so is that $150? Is that premium payment? So it's $150 is what you average every time y'all buy a lead back in
annual production, annual premium.
So if you guys are listening, you're like, okay, I'm watching this. I don't totally understand, but I think I do, but maybe I don't, but I'm not sure, but maybe I am. And I don't know if I do it. Maybe I do. Okay. So what that means is, let's just say that David bought, let's just call it 10 leads. Based on that, you would technically normally write 1,500, stop me if I'm wrong, in annual premium, right? Well, you take 1,500 in total annual premium and you divide, like you literally re-engineer it. You divide it by 10 leads. That means $150 of AP per lead, right? Premium per lead. That's what that means. Okay. So when he says $150, that means every time he buys a lead, he gets $150 in annual premium back. Okay. Now that's solid. That's good. However, if you're like, well, Cody, the leads are $30, bro. They're so expensive. Oh my gosh. Well, if he knows he's going to get $150 in premium and he can do the math on his commission rate and all that separately, if he knows he's going to spend $30 but get $150 in premium back, how often, if I was talking to you guys right now and you're listening, you're like, okay, I understand it now. It makes sense. If I said, hey, give me $30, David, and I'll give you $150 back tomorrow. Next week, how many dollars would you give me? How many $30?
I would give you all the dollars.
All the dollars he has.
All the dollars.
Right? Well, that's what insurance, yeah, someone's like, every dollar, take my money. Well, that's what insurance is. That's what we're talking about right now. That's the possibility. That's the potential. But we don't look at it that way. You've got to look at this as an investment in your business. Leads are not an expense. You want to write a ton of volume, invest in your business. David knows the math. So I'm like, David, is it possible for someone to write 60,000 in a week? Well, maybe not, but he would say, well, they're going to need at least what? 400 leads, right? So he knows the math. Most people go into this stuff, and David, tell me if I'm wrong, and they don't understand the math. They don't understand how to get there. You just broke it down possibly as best as I've ever seen.
Yeah, a lot of times, because I see some people talking about ROI and, I'm sure they'll talk about closing ratios and stuff like that. But, once you figure out, and 150 is a low premium per lead, once you figure out what your premium per lead is, then the rest doesn't matter. Then, once I get X amount of leads, it's going to be that. And, agency wide, I get out easily 1,000 leads a week, right? And if I look at my agency doing 4,000 leads a month on average, it's going to be about $150 premium per lead. Like that number just fits. If you're a great producer and you're really good at referrals and stuff like that, of course your number is going to be higher. But again, we're giving you bottoms so we know that you could accomplish whatever that goal is.
Is this a good average overall?
150. So 150 is where you're going to be profitable. Typically, 150 is where you're going to be profitable. Like I said, if I go to individual producers, they'll probably be 200, 300, 400. Yep. But so 150 is when you're talking a larger number, like 200 leads. That's why we got to bring it down to 150.
Got it. Yeah, you're gonna work them less, etc. You're not gonna saturate them as more. So $1,500. I mean, 10 leads, $1,500. Normally that's like 2 sales. On average, probably pretty close.
Right.
So if that means you're at a 20% closing rate, when you're working direct mail over the phone, that may be the case. I mean, I know people that are way higher than that if they're working direct mail face to face, right? However, they can't get to 200 leads like you can.
No.
So there's a trade-off.
There's always a trade-off. Yes, there's always a trade-off. But plus, like I said, lifestyle too. I mean, lifestyle is a lot different selling on the phone than going to somebody's house. And the biggest thing is, if you are selling in the field.
Yes.
And you do want to sell on the phone, like my best advice is just to do it. You can't, you don't want to do both. Like you just want to, like I said, the reason why I survived and turned into telesales agency over COVID is because I called my agents and said, don't go in the field anymore. Yeah. Like I had to take that option off the table because if not, when somebody's not answering the phone, they're sitting there saying, man, if I was in the field, I'd be talking to somebody right now. Right. And then if they're out in the field and no one's answering the door, they missed the appointment, they're like, man, if I was on the phone, I probably would have got someone on the phone right now. And you'll have like that internal struggle that messes up your mindset, which isn't going to help you accomplish your goals at all.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good, man. What else you want to add? This is good, dude. You guys enjoying this, man? It's also too, I love it because David doesn't complicate it. Okay. Give me a yes. There we go. Okay. If you're enjoying the simplicity of this, he just broke it down and pretty much said, hey, you get your mind right, you put in the work, and you actually buy whatever leads you want your volume to be. So let's just say a lot of people said they want to make $5,000 a week earlier. So in David's example, he would say, and say they're new. I don't know. We could still use 150 unless you think we should use a different number, but $5,000 a week divided by $150 premium per lead. They need 34 leads to make that happen.
Get yourself 40 leads and be safe.
Boom. And they're like, well, David, I've got to spend $1,200 on leads. Yeah, but you're going to write 5,000.
Yeah, it's a win situation over there. I had somebody in the chat. I just want to answer this. They asked how many appointments. So I just want to be clear. So, I am specifically speaking final expense. Obviously, this can work with whatever you're selling. Yeah. Credit repair too. I'm sure there's a way to figure it out. Whatever it is. But someone asked about appointments. So if you're selling final expense on the phone and you have them on the phone, you need to have the mentality that you're selling them right there on the phone. There's no, you're not making an appointment with them. You know, obviously there's always exceptions to the rule, but like you got to pretend you'll never get them on the phone again. Listen, when you're selling final expense, your job is to get them a policy before they pass away, and there's no way guarantee that you'll be to get them on the phone again before they pass away.
And
So
you hang up, and you got to assume when you hang up, they die.
that's it. Don't let it happen, man. Don't let them die without that coverage they need. So that's a big one. Another thing I want to talk about that's huge is objections. So many people get so caught up on objections, and objections are part of the business. Listen, I don't care what you're going to sell, you're going to get objections, and you have to get comfortable with it. Right? Just because they're saying, I need to think about it, I need to talk to my daughter, whatever the objection is, just because they're saying it doesn't mean that's actually what they mean. Mm-hmm. You know, even if they're calling a live transfer TV commercial or whatever the lead is, there's always going to be something. I remember I was researching what TV I wanted to buy at Best Buy, and I'm looking for months trying to see what TV I want. I knew exactly what TV I wanted. I knew the price of the TV. I knew everything. I went to Best Buy. I'm going to get this TV. As soon as I walk in, a salesperson walks up to me, and guess what I said? He said, "Can I help you?" And guess what I said?
Just looking. Just
looking. It was a natural reaction. Just looking. I gave him an objection. I didn't even mean to give him an objection. A second clicked in my head. I was like, dude, I'm an idiot because I actually need him to get the TV because I can't walk in the back and grab it. And I had to like swallow my pride. I'm like, actually, I do need your help. You know, and it's the same thing when we're on the phone, in the house, whatever it is, but we talk on the phone. So you're going to get objections. So there's only a few objections they're really going to give you. You know, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my daughter. I need to talk to my family. I don't make any decisions about sleeping on it. Whatever the objection they give you, you need to, one, understand you're going to get it, but you need to take advantage of it. And when I say take advantage of the objection, what happens if I tell you can't have something? You're going to want it more, right?
Yes. People want, what they can't have. That's right.
You want what they can't have. So as soon as you give me objection, here, Cody, we'll role play one. You tell me that you need to think about it.
All right.
Hey, Cody, out of these three plans, which were you most comfortable with?
Oh, man. Big decision, David. I really would like to think about this.
Absolutely, Cody. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to get some information to see if you even qualify. And then you're going to go back and ask some more questions on the application. A couple things just happened there. One, I just took control, right? I didn't say, what is there to think about? I could lower the price. We could change the date, right? That's a lot of times what people go to. We're not going to that. What I did is I use that as an example to tell Cody, like, listen, I don't even know if you could have this. You might not even qualify for this.
That's right.
Right? I just changed the dynamic of it. And I can use that with anything. I need to talk to my daughter. Yes. Great. I wouldn't want you to rush anything. Before you talk to your daughter, first, let me get some more information, see if you even qualify.
Yep.
Right. Whatever it is, like you have to know the objections coming, and then you need to practice to get around it. Like practice objections. Get yourself a little voice recorder and practice your objections and just get ready for them.
Yes. Yes. Hey, did you have anything else to add before we go to some Q&A in a second?
The biggest thing too, I just want to add real fast is the bank information.
Yeah, go for it. I'll be right back too. So pay attention to this. This is big, guys. Bank info.
The bank information, you need to assume they're paying today, and you can't make a big deal about it, right? A lot of times when field agents, they're out in the field, and they feel comfortable asking for the check, and they're in the field, and the phone, it's like foreign to them. You know, you just ask for the bank. Real simple. You get to the end. Who do you bank with? I need your I got your routing number. You can look up their routing number online. Any bank, you can look up the routing number or just ask for it. And then just ask, you know, what is your account number? You know, just real simple. Don't make a big deal about it. Don't tell them a bunch of stuff. Don't skip that and start telling stories. Just gets real direct. Ask them for the bank info and let them know, you know, the first payment's going to be whatever the first date is that you can do it, whether it's today or tomorrow. When do you want your reoccurring payments? You know, assume the sale, take control. Because if you went to the grocery store and the person at the checkout said, hey, did you want to pay today or within 30 days? We're all going to take the option. We're all going to say, oh man, well, I ain't got to pay today. And the same thing with us. Like, we can't give them the option. You know, you go to Starbucks, you go to drive-through, they tell you how much it is, you know, treat it like that. We lost Cody. Let's see here. So again, just real simple. Don't make a bigger deal than it is. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to get some practice with it. You know, if you're already selling in the field, it's no different. Don't make it any different. Welcome back, Cody.
Boom. Thank you so much, man. It's good to be back. You know, it's good to be back. I think
Triple dial the leads. Absolutely. If they don't answer the phone, triple dial the phone every single time.
Yes.
Listen, I'd rather somebody angry on the phone with me than no one on the phone with me at all. So absolutely triple dial every single time, every single lead, get somebody on the phone.
Yes. Yes. So also too, if someone wants to like reach out to you or learn more from you, man, how can they do that? I didn't mention that yet, but I want to do that before we did some Q&A. So
yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram, David Price Official. You know, my agency website, tpglife.com. You fill out a form and get in touch with me. YouTube, David Price Official, or you could even email me directly at david@tpglife.com.
boom.
Make sure you got the real one. They got another fake one out again.
I know, bro. I know. Those drive me nuts.
It's crazy.
Yes, they're terrible.
I don't sell crypto.
Yes, if you're getting messages from a fake profile that wants to be David Price one day when they grow up, he doesn't sell crypto. Okay.
We don't sell crypto over here.
I love it. I love it, man. That's good. How many appointments should be set for a 30K week? I mean, that's hard, you know.
So again, it's not about appointments. It's about activity, right? Once you're not making appointments. You're dialing. If you want to do a $30,000 week, think about that. That's epic, right? That's not little. That's epic. So that means you're dialing the phone from 9 o'clock till 9 o'clock. Like, that's it. There's no question around it. Like, you're looking for an epic week, you have to do something epic to do that. So you're just dialing. Like, you're not dialing. You're only not dialing if you're using the bathroom or if you're eating, or if you're on the phone with somebody.
That's good.
Social security number, real simple. Just ask for the social security number. Again, don't make a big deal about it. Don't say, well, you know, just because, don't hesitate. You know, I need your social security number. This is an insurance policy, right? We give our social security number to everyone. So it's an insurance policy.
It's good. Persistency percentage. That's a good one.
So, you know, the point of sale is super important. So you want to make sure that you're going back through, you know, again, if you're doing $30,000 in a week, like, you're going to be fast. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. Like, you're not going to give people the amount of love that you should be giving them, right? So, but you should check up on your people. You should send them welcome packets, send them cards, you know, holidays cards. There's a lot of different things you can do that help with the persistency. Depending on how hard you deal with the objections is also going to affect your persistency. So there's a lot of deals with persistency. I mean, that's a whole nother call, you know, a whole nother training we could go over. But, you know, right now we're working on getting stuff on the books. I always say, like, a brand new agent, like, let's focus on writing some business first, and then we'll start learning how to keep it.
Yeah, that's good. Live transfer, no dials, agree. Am I on the right track? Matt Nelson.
So great question. Again, I gave 2 examples. I gave one, calling direct mail leads over the phone, which, you know, it's definitely possible. It's not the most ideal situation. So, and then the second one was a lot of TV leads with some TV lead live transfers. So the thing is, you know, whatever the lead source is, if you know you have a good lead source, it's just getting the right amount of leads and putting the effort in. So, I mean,
and also
not in the leads.
Yeah, and just full transparency, you're, just so they know, like, you're not buying them from vendors. Your company is generating them for agents.
Yeah, so I work with a carrier that generates their own leads. So I'm personally not dealing with lead vendors. So I do feel like that does give a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah. A lot of people never know what to use, you know, so I'm with you. How many? He only writes with one carrier, technically.
Yeah. Again, I write with one carrier because the simplicity of it. But again, there's different ways to do it. But yeah, for me and most of my agents, we just work with one carrier.
I mean, I can tell you guys this too. So some of it, I mean, it's easy to overcomplicate this stuff. Like, you know, we want to know everything before we do anything. We want to ask 8 million questions, which is great. Like, I love live chat filling up. I love that you're engaging. I love that you're asking questions. I do want to add though, that if you got serious about making a bunch of money and you also bought 200 new direct mail leads for like $6,000, right? Or whatever, $8,000, whatever it is. I can tell you this, you maybe wouldn't write 30K like one of his top agents. But goodness gracious, if you couldn't make more than what you paid, then something's wrong, or we need some additional training, right? So I can tell you this, you get that serious to where you, and most people shouldn't just immediately jump and go do that, right? I'm guessing they should, like, especially if they're not used to selling or they're not used to investing or whatever. I mean, what advice would you give to someone that maybe just needs a little bit of direction and they're not writing anything?
So the first goal I think any new agent should have is hitting the 5K barrier. I feel like a professional agent that's full time, 5,000 a week is the bottom where you want to be. So with our example, 5,000, which $150 per lead, you're looking at 33, 34 leads. So let's round it up, 35 leads. So you want to get 35 leads. And you remember too, so even our example, getting 200 leads to do 30,000, that's 30,000 that week. You didn't throw those leads away after that week.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to make money on those leads, you know, for a long time after that. So, but again, let's go back down to 5,000. So that should be your goal. You should be running that everywhere, focusing on that. And you should really just be focusing on whatever is distracting you in your life. Like you have to get rid of that for a little bit until you learn this new skill. It's like if I'm trying to learn how to play the piano, I don't know how to play the piano, but I have a choice. I could take lessons once a week for an hour, or I could do nothing but play the piano 8 hours a day until I figure it out. Which one's going to teach me how to play the piano faster?
Yes. I like that. I like that. Okay, so what can they expect to learn main stage from you? 2,000 people live in Dallas at this big 8% thing.
So I love the question because I've been thinking about that too, and we got a whole bunch of people online right now. So I'm going to be speaking at 8% Dallas. I'm going to be on the stage. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited. What do you guys want to learn? You guys want to learn more about selling on the phone? You guys want to learn how to build an agency, how to build a business in this business? What is it that you guys want to hear in Dallas? How can I help you?
It's good. All of it. Phone, build agency, recruiting, 5,000 a week, 52 weeks in a year. That's money. Yeah, it's a start. That's good money start, right? Need a $2 million a year passive agency. I can tell you this, David's well on his way. He's helping a bunch of agents, that's for sure. Okay, I'm also going to add a link, David, that they can get a VIP ticket. Normally it's $500 for only $197. Okay, I'm going to put it right now. That's Dallas22.com. Okay, Dallas22.com. So if you do not have your seat to 8% Nation, this is the link to get it before we fill the house. Okay, because we are going to fill the house for sure. I can tell you this, somebody that while we were sitting here, 2 people bought a block of 10 tickets. Their initials are JK and DK, and they just bought 20 tickets for their office. Okay, so I can tell you, this place is filling up. This whole 8% thing is going to go nuts, and you got to go to Dallas 22. You don't have to go Dallas 22, but if you want a better deal and you can get in for less than $5,000 or whatever, right? Then that's a good link to start. So.
Sheena asking, is the VIP the number one seat, or is there one above it? So there are a few tiers above that, right? There
are a few tiers above it. VIP gets you access to the event and a couple parties. There are a couple of closer options, and you can go to 8percentnation.com to find those additional options, or you can reach out to our team directly for additional options. Yes, Wednesday night, the hotel is all sold out. Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights are open for still. And then Wednesday night, we will hopefully have some Wednesday night options come available soon. Some people are staying at a nearby property and then moving over to the host hotel on Thursday. I told you guys, like, this hotel has 800 rooms. They're entirely sold out on Wednesday night. So I wouldn't procrastinate on tickets or hotels, you know, and you don't have to stay at the host hotel. You can do whatever you want. So, but if you want to stay at the host hotel, we have a private link for the host hotel where you can get it at a discount at apersonation.com as well. So that the 8% Dallas 22 is like, you can get a ticket for 60% off just to get into the event. If you want bigger tickets, more info, hotels, agenda, all that stuff, you got to go to apersonation.com. Okay. So, which Jason's like, bro.
And I trade 300 recycled leads for 2 tickets. I see a more than 2 tickets there. You can make some money on that one.
That's right. There's the main 8% link if you want additional details. So thank you, Charles. He was at 8% in KC. Yeah, we're going to eventually get David Price a part of these road shows in the future too. So can I trade 300? Maybe somebody has 2 tickets they'll give you for 300 recycled. Maybe you should call them something better than recycled leads.
Sell some insurance and buy the tickets.
There you go. There you go. There are several hotels near. I don't know what the names are, to be honest. So, okay, Matt, I'm curious. I don't know what your upline is, but I'm curious. I bet I do know. Okay. There we go. Okay. That's right. There are not virtual options yet. It's only an in-person option as of this moment. Just assume the ticket sells.
You said there's an app for that.
Yeah, there's an app for everything, right? Yeah, Michael has fire. Michael was on Ultimate Agent. Dude, David, you're phenomenal.
No, it's not. What the heck? I went to David Price at TCP. Oh, tpglife.com.
We're emailing the wrong people.
Hold on.
David, I'll put it in here too if
right.
you want. You can do it too, but at tpglife.com. There it is. You can't get the email right, okay? He's not going to help you.
That's the important part.
He can't. I mean, he physically wouldn't be able to, right?
I would try to receive the email some way. I take responsibility though for it.
There you go. He always does, man. Dude, you're phenomenal. Mindset, activity, leads, objections, and you sharing. I always love hanging with you now with 8%, and I appreciate you being willing to invest some really expensive for free. Okay, so
that's it, man. You just hope to see people take advantage of it.
That's it, man. Okay, you guys go write some business. Go use this material and write $5,000 in a week immediately, and maybe David will help you out and give you one of his tickets to 8%. You know, you never know. If you use his material to write and make money, then you start making $5K a week. Though you don't need anybody to buy your tickets, bro. You're making some dough.
You can buy other people tickets.
That's right. Okay. All right. Appreciate you guys. Hope to see you in Dallas. Thank you, David Price. You're amazing. Let's go make some money. Let's go impact some lives and make some millionaires out of today's webinar. David Price, you're a rock star.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone for jumping on. Thank you, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Have a good week. Appreciate you all. See you. Thanks for being on tonight.
Hey, if you enjoyed this, I got another one you're gonna love.
It's right there. Click on it.
See you in there.
So we've had a lot of unlicensed agents finding us, following our stuff, or newly licensed, just joining the business, and you're thinking like, dude, what is the life insurance career like? What's an insurance career like overall? Well, I want you to think about the vision.